This is everybody with their current meme coin trade right now. This is everybody buying or holding SHIB, BONK, Pepe, or whatever your favorite meme coin is. We are feeling very dangerous right now as these have run up incredible heights here. I will tell you guys that SHIB has pushed to the very top of my resistance levels. I gave in the Discord a number of targets. We've hit each and every one along the way. And right now, if you're holding SHIB or BONK or Pepe or whatever your favorite coin is, you know that the whale crocodiles are getting ready to snatch at your capital. And so it's how we're all feeling, very much on the edge of our seats, trying to decide, do we take profit? Do we sell everything right now? It's run up quite a bit. Here's what I want to tell you guys about some of these meme coin trades that a lot of us are in. Some people give me heat for even talking about the meme coins. I had a couple nasty comments talking about me shilling meme coins. Guys, I'm not shilling any meme coins. I can just tell you that the last 3 days, I've made 10K Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Great profits. And so, if you're not excited about trading even speculative things like this with rules and disciplines that I talk about on my page all the time, I don't know what to tell you. Very rarely can I make this kind of money over the weekend because there are no stocks to trade. But you know what? When crypto's firing off, it seems like an easy money grab.
It was a money grab. We all do money grabs. Come on.
Let me know in the comments section if you guys have joined me. I hit the meme coin rally spot on, telling everybody that we had yet to break out. We got this breakout moment, and some people have made more money than they've made in a really long time. Some people were even made whole in some of their meme coins that they held from the last cycle, and so it's been a very exciting time. But this video is actually not going to be about meme coins, but I am going to be talking a little bit about crypto as a whole, the miners a little bit, BlackRock a little bit, and a segment of cryptos that are emerging that I want you guys to pay attention to, because this group of cryptos that I'm going to talk about today, they're called DePIN, D-E-P-I-N. And this category of cryptos may be an emerging giant in this space of cryptocurrencies, and I want to kind of explain to you what they are, and I'm going to give you a handful of names to put on your watch list. I think this is going to be an interesting video. It's something you want to pay attention to and better understand, as well as the fact that even if you're not in cryptocurrency, it's worth listening to this, what's happening in the world with cryptocurrencies and why they're so important, because I think that the nature of this conversation is going to explain how your life's going to be impacted in the future in the United States and how cryptocurrency is going to do it. I'm going to do the best I can to break this down. This is the Stocks with Josh show. As always, I appreciate the likes. The likes, where you're generous with the likes, it pushes the video out to more viewers. I'm a small page, but we're growing really fast. I appreciate all of the comments and just saying hi there as well. Hit this subscribe to keep getting videos like this. Okay, like I said, we're talking about DePIN. So in 2021, the hot thing in that particular year was NFTs. After that, 2022, it was all about the AI narrative. And I really think that we are getting back into a crypto year where big and smart money and big whale investors are going to be looking at this emerging technology. We know that BlackRock investment firms drove this rally that we're seeing right now in crypto, with Bitcoin getting back to near all-time highs. They drove it with their interest in the blockchain. And that party is just getting started. So let's take a break and let's talk a little bit about what it all looks like, because I want to get back to the roots a little bit. Bitcoin basically is a store of value of money that bypasses traditional governments or banks. And that was a breakthrough technology for mankind. Now, there was a big problem with Bitcoin, and that's that the price was volatile. A lot of people agreed that it could be the store of value, that it could replace money, but it was so volatile, it was a big problem. And so after Bitcoin was invented, then came stable coins. The whole purpose of the stable coin was to stabilize the price and get a fixed value similar to the dollar. Now, what I want you to take away from what I just said is that this technology and the problems or solutions that it creates are slowly evolving with great minds looking at how can we take this technology forward. The next segment I think is going to be DPIN, and that's going to be a token that represents real world assets under a self-governance system. And that's a lot to take in. I'm going to try to break it down. The goal is to connect physical devices that would normally rely on centralized governance and empower a cryptocurrency to promote rewards or behaviors within the governance of those assets. Okay, that's a lot to take in. Let me break it down a little bit for you guys. When cryptocurrencies came out, the fact that they were called currencies at all was extremely confusing for most people. I remember in the early years, I would go to dinner with some of my friends, some of my older friends, and they're like, Josh, that makes no sense. I'm not going to give you real money for some zeros and ones that are on a computer. How is that currency? How is that money? But a lot of people failed to understand that all currency is a shared belief in the value of a government. It's the money that backs the business of the nation, and the government, being the Western civilization as defined as the United States, was a system that had created a constitution that had proven to give rise to capitalism and profitable markets, all right? And so that's all that the dollars, which are just paper that get printed up, that's all that they represent. They represent the government and the people behind those paper dollars. That's all it represents. So that's the first thing you need to understand. But now, cryptocurrency is this shift away from the United States and government, which is represented by people that are voted into office. A lot of people unhappy with those who represent them in Washington. And cryptocurrency now is a dollar that isn't connected to a person. It's connected to the rules themselves, right? So all of the rules are written on the blockchain, and the blockchain represents essentially the new dollar. So there's problems with this rolling out into society, because some people would tell you, well, we still need the United States government or our local government to pave the streets, and we need them to represent police officers and the military to protect us in the rest of the world. And I'm not saying that we don't. We know that governments throughout the world have a ton of bureaucracy and a ton of red tape, and that they're very inefficient and they don't get much done. And so the idea is to pull the management and the governance of utilities and service sectors and different areas that people think that AI can tackle, pull them out of the hands of the government, right? And put them into the hands of the people that use the services. Well, okay, that sounds like a great goal, but the problem is that one of the other reasons why we give certain services or utilities over to the government is they've got the deep pockets to build the infrastructure needed to provide those services to begin with. So the idea here is that the amount of money needed so that individuals don't need to come up with their own money to put in whatever service they're looking for. Let's say it's Wi-Fi. So the individuals don't have to build their own towers. The collective group of people could agree that this particular blockchain is going to tackle and accomplish and govern these services. And so collectively, as we all put into that particular crypto, it raises the capital necessary to begin to employ those services. And some of this is already going on, and I'm going to share a couple companies that are attempting to do this, but I wanted you to see the overall concept. I wanted you to better understand that we're going to continue to see these types of things roll out. But now we got to talk about who wants to see this happen, who doesn't want to see it happen, and I want to get into some things that are happening behind the scenes while all of this is unfolding. I don't know if I did a good job of making it make sense to you, but let you know who definitely understands what I'm talking about, and that's BlackRock. So what have they been up to? Let's go into some news stories and talk about that. Finance titan BlackRock is actively investing in Bitcoin mining companies. All right, so on August 28th, Finbold reported that BlackRock was a major shareholder in 4 out of the 5 largest Bitcoin mining companies. And they actually own all of them, but they're a major shareholder in 4 out of the top 5. And I'm going to let you guys know who those are. It's Mara, Riot, Cypher, Wolf, and CleanSpark. Okay, so we see that BlackRock wants to be a big investor in these companies. Is it because they're highly profitable? No. Just so you know, there is no publicly traded miner company right now that actually is making a profit. Every last one of them has been losing money. I traded these in the last crypto cycle, and none of them were making money. None of them got close to making money. It's a massively capital intensive business, in addition to the fact that the cost of energy is constantly going up. The yields and returns from Bitcoin are only going down. And so an unprofitable company, capital intensive, why would BlackRock want to be a majority shareholder in every single one of them? Well, they're trying to get control over what they're mining, which is Bitcoin. And getting control over Bitcoin, if you understood the story I just told you a moment ago, is that Bitcoin and crypto in general represents government. And it's kind of the idea of government by the people if done correctly, if built correctly. But you see this large investment firm investing heavily into this because they want to control this so-called government by the people. Does that make sense? All right, let me know in the comments section what you think about it so far. Okay, I want to share a second news story. This one came out by Reuters, and it said that U.S. Energy Data Agency to temporarily suspend Bitcoin miner survey after lawsuit. So what's going on here? Well, out of nowhere, on February 5th, Biden's office put out an executive order. They wanted to do an audit of the United States. They wanted to know what every mining company, the equipment they owned, their energy costs. They wanted a full report of essentially all of their most critical and sensitive data. Now, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden, Bitcoin taking off like a rocket ship, and the U.S. government steps in and says, hey, we'd like to have a sneak peek behind the curtain and see what you guys are up to and how's it looking and how's it working, right? But Riot took up the lead and said, something's fishy here. The answer is no, and they filed a lawsuit against that injunction, and they won. On February 23rd, Riot filed a lawsuit in Texas seeking to block that Biden mandate, saying it would harm their business to disclose that sensitive information. They sought a permanent injunction prohibiting the EIA, that's an environmental organization, from requesting the data in the future without first complying with the law. I want to give you guys a quote from this particular case. This is a case about sloppy government process, contrived and self-inflicted urgency, and invasive government data collection. And as a result, a conservative judge, and that's another comment for another video, we're starting to see that in this capitalist country that where you are filed as a corporation is playing a big role in whether or not you are getting protected from, or if you're getting attacked by the United States government. And so you see, it used to be Delaware. That's where all of the safety for corporations used to reside. But now people are fleeing over to Texas to be able to be protected against the federal government. And in this case, a Texas judge said no to Biden's mandate and said, no, you cannot find out what these guys are doing, regardless of your environmental issues. Now, I don't want to get into politics. This is not a political page. We're all going to view things differently, but here's the point that I want you guys to take away from this. There is no doubt in my mind that governments, together with traditional investment firms and banks, are going to seek control over crypto, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. As you see Bitcoin get approved with the spot ETF, we're going to see Ethereum get approved later on with a spot ETF, which is going to mean that Ethereum's got room to go higher, guys. And we're going to see that these investment firms are going to want to control the locations and the businesses, which give them the majority of the control over the blockchain. And they're going to use as the reason to do it, the environmental impact. That's the entire story right there. But it's not hard for us to understand that what they want is control over the money. If you want to find out where everybody's going, you just simply have to track the money trail, and that's the money trail I just gave you. All right, I'm going to give you some hot D-pin cryptos to put on your watch list here in just a minute. Before I do, let me take a quick station break for the Moomoo investment app. It's a zero cost to trade platform, and right now they have one of their best offers yet, which is to give away 8.1% interest rate for just putting money into your account. You can just put your money in there. You don't have to buy anything. You can wait for a dip in these markets, and the entire time it's sitting there, it's going to earn 8.1%. And then also they'll give you up to 15 free stocks. Check that offer out from the Moomoo investment platform. All right, so the entire idea of DePIN is that it is a mechanism to raise capital to employ towards traditionally capital-intensive projects, which will ultimately then be run through the blockchain by the end users, bypassing banks, bypassing investment firms, bypassing government. And so you can see why this is a very interesting technology. Basically, this is a crowdfunding approach to shared resources that the government would normally provide. So there are 6 areas of interest where DePIN has been identified as playing potentially a major role. The computing area, wireless, energy, AI, services, and sensors. First one I want to identify, just so you can better understand what these look like, is a crypto called Wi-Fi Maps, W-I-F-I Maps. The ticker is WIFI. This is part of the service sector. And what exactly are they? Well, they started in 2014. They're basically a Wi-Fi service built by the people, for the people. They've got 4 million monthly active users, 150 million app downloads, 1 billion Wi-Fi connections. It's a real world product being used by millions with the goal of making Wi-Fi accessible to everyone via a utility. All you have to do to buy in and be part of it is to buy the crypto, and that gives you access to the service and into the community. Now, I'm going to be doing technicals on some of these DePIN cryptos that I'm giving you today. I'm going to be loading them up into the Discord. Guys, don't sleep on the Discord. It's the Stock Squad Patreon. Myself, Stockmo, Keenan Grace, and Stock Up with Larry Jones. I've noticed that Stock Up with Larry Jones has been killing it with crypto, giving great guidance in the midst of this hot crypto market. That, along with myself and the other guys, check out the Discord. There's a lot of great content over there. Okay, so here are some other DePIN projects that I'm going to be covering in the future. Helium, HNT. I own 4 Helium miners, and those miners are part of an entire network. So I'm in there. I own plenty of Helium, and I'm a Helium miner. Then you've got Filecoin, ticker FIL. These guys recently integrated with Solana, one that's really popping off. Render, RNDR, Theta Network, THETA, and StoreJ. And then you've got Orchid Protocol, this one that I own. And in addition to the meme coins, I've been actively swinging Orchid Protocol. I can tell you guys right now that if we get a nice close above 15 cents, we're going to shoot all the way up to 20 cents. And so I've got a trade bag of Orchid right now. We're up against resistance, so we could pull back a little bit and take a second attempt at it. But either way, I think Orchid is going to be a big mover in the days to come. What are some of your favorite DePIN projects? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this. I'm going to be talking about more of these projects in upcoming videos, but I wanted to get the whole idea out there to you. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Tell me that it was helpful by hitting the like, hit the subscribe, and join the Stock Josh fam. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Peace and blessings. Take care.